everybody, so today we're going to be talking about title insurance. A title company provides title insurance. A title company is one of the core centralized companies that is working on your behalf in every real estate transaction. And the interesting thing is most people don't actually know what they do. So here to help us illuminate us and show us a little bit about that, we have DeeDee Campbell with Masterpiece Title, one of my favorite title companies, by the way, and one of my favorite title agents. She's wonderful. You're about to find that out. So, DeeDee, tell us today, what does a title company actually do?
Well, a title company is really one of the main spokes in the wheel of the transaction wheel. And at the beginning, when the contract is executed, we'll take a copy of the contract, and we sometimes will hold that earnest money deposit from the buyer. So we hold those monies safely until the transaction happens, the closing happens. But we facilitate. So we'll do a title search, we'll work with the lenders, we work with the real estate agents, and we bring all that together, and then all the closing documents are sent to us by the lender, and then we sit down and actually facilitate the closing. And then once the closing is done and we can fund the loan, then we send all the funds out. So we pay the realtors, we pay the insurance companies, whomever needs to be paid from the closing.
For their taxes, all that stuff. Yeah, so when you write a check, when you go under contract, you write an earnest money deposit check. That's where, this is where it goes. All right?
We hold on.
When you actually go to a closing, it's the title company. That's where you go. You don't go to the bank to close.
Correct.
You go, and you don't go to your real estate office to close in most cases. You go to a title company to close. One of the important things that title companies offer is title insurance. And that is another thing that most people don't know what a title insurance policy does. It's not home insurance. It's not flood insurance. It is insurance for the title. Can you explain what is title insurance?
Okay. So title insurance, there are two types. There's a lender's title policy and there's an owner's title policy. But title insurance is something that insures the property against things that have happened in the past, against claims, against things such as if there was a deed that was improperly executed, or somebody fraudulently signed a deed, okay, it's not valid. Someone maybe was not approving of the selling of the home, so that would make that an invalid document. So title insurance covers those types of things. So as we do our searching of the property, we find certain things, and some of these things happen because of human error, because of fraud, and the title policy is what covers you against those things.
So there's a couple of different types of title insurance policies. I get this question asked on almost every loan application. There is a lender's policy, and there is an owner's title policy. Can you explain the difference?
Sure. So the lender's policy is what's going to protect the lender, the risk that they take on loaning this money on this piece of property during that loan. The owner's policy is going to be protecting the owner, the new owner. So you're moving into that home, and if there are any unforeseen things that come up, because of fraud, because of human error and things of that nature, then that title policy will protect if things are lost. You go to court, and for any costs that are incurred, it will cover up to the amount of the title policy itself.
Excellent explanation. There is actually something unique here in the state of Florida. It's called a Florida Form 9 endorsement. What does the Florida Form 9 do?
Well, I could mention it is specific to the state of Florida, and it is required. And basically it works hand in hand with a survey. So you have your actual policy, but then you have this endorsement attached to that, and it covers restrictions, any type of violations, any type of encroachments. But again, you have to look at the policy as a whole to see what inclusions or exclusions go along with it, but it goes hand in hand with the survey.
And a survey, by the way, is not an appraisal, it's not a home inspection. Basically, and we're going to show this on the screen, a survey is like an aerial drawing of the property lines and showing your house as it sits on the property line. So it helps give you a legal definition of how much of that property line is yours.
Correct. And we're ensuring that boundary of the property and the legal description that describes that piece of property.
Exactly. So after the real estate transaction is closed and funded and all the dust is settled, What does the title company do after that?
So once we have approval to fund and everything has been signed, then we will begin dispersing to those vendors that are requiring payment. And all of this information is on the settlement statement.
On your settlement
right.
statement. That's your master receipt for your transaction. So if there's a party listed on there, they're cutting a check
Right.
to everybody that's on there. So they have a major fiduciary responsibility in every real estate transaction.
That's correct.
To cut the checks and make sure that everybody gets paid as they're supposed to be. And that is what a title company does. There's a bit more to it. They record deeds and a few other things. But if you ever have any title-related questions, this is your go-to. This is DeeDee Campbell with Masterpiece Title. I'm going to put her contact information in the description below. If you ever have any more title-related questions as well, I do have a great page on title insurance, and you can check it out at the link below. Thanks again, DeeDee.
Thank you,
Have a
Derek.
great day. Take